Welcome to the Afro Anime Initiative, where we cover everything in Afrofuturism from anime to some topic beginning with the letter Z. Today, we'll be talking about My Hero Academia, some really cool Afrofuturism books, and the Disney Fox deal. I'm your host, Darren Bradley, along with...
Paulina Guerriere. I'm excited to be here, and thanks for tuning in, you guys.
How you doing, P?
I'm doing okay. I'm just consuming content, just existing.
Excellent.
How are
Nice.
you?
I'm doing very well, man. I'm doing very well. I'm doing so well that I've rewatched My Hero Academia.
Well, I just started. I'm already in season 2, halfway in.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
finally.
I'm loving this show so much. It's like old school superheroes, new school superheroes, mixed with anime tropes and just a little bit of intelligence just to make you like, yeah, this is perfect.
Absolutely. Like, I absolutely love it. Like, it's just one of those shows where the plot is light. It's light. But the characters really drive it forward because a lot of them, I don't want to say a lot of them have like a heavy backstory, but it just has weight from the simple reason of wanting to help their family to wanting to be the number one hero in the entire world. It just drives the story and it's just fun to watch.
It really is. Like I remember when I first watched it, I'm watching like, okay, this is cool. Kid has a superhero. Everybody has powers, so on and so forth. Setup stuff. And it just gets to this point where I didn't realize it. I'm so into the character development that when the main character Deku sheds a tear, I started getting a little tear. I'm like, wait, what the hell? What happened? What am I? Huh? And it came out of nowhere. The music is so well done, the animation and like just the character development, it sucks you in.
It's like you
And I
know
don't
that.
think I felt this way about an anime in a long time. Sorry, go ahead.
Nice. No, that's okay. It's like they put more effort into just observing the characters, how the characters move, how the characters talk, how they observe each other, I guess, how they call each other out. There's just more focused on the characters, and that's my sort of thing. That's the kind of thing that just I love it because it's like a character study. I love character study. I love
Mm-hmm.
I just love that. Like, I don't mind a heavy plot, I really don't, but I don't like it when it becomes convoluted, like when you're trying to fit in too much with already a heavy plot with heavy characters. Those things are a hit or miss, and usually they're a miss. But with this,
Yeah.
this is solid. This is fun. You got a league of villains, and you want to know why are they the way they are, and there's an actual story behind it. There's reason behind what they do. It's not chaos for the sake of chaos. You got characters again with from the simplest reasons to you know some characters behaving the way they are to spite their families, and they have heavy backgrounds. I'm like, okay, that's borderline abuse. Like, get into this if you haven't already, and you'll find out. You'll see what I'm talking about.
And I love the setup of the show. It's so simplistic. What happens to a world that it already has a hero worshiping culture? We have that with celebrities. What happens when everybody gets powers? How does the world adjust? And even though we're like deep into it, because what I can't remember how long it's been since the incident happened that gave everybody powers.
Hmm.
Society has built itself, and this is just showing the ramifications of like this is what happens when hero worship becomes real. Like there's an
Yes.
industry. Like they talk about there's an industry and there's rankings, there's endorsement deals. Like they go into it. It is
Hmm.
fantastic. A whole system set up just to cover costumes.
Yeah.
It's fan. It's and like I said, it's simple, but the background and the richness of the character development and the world development, like it made me go and get the manga. It made me go and get the
Nice.
manga.
Oh, that's wonderful. And that's for me, that's rare too. Because the last time I was really, really interested in actually reading a manga was Attack on Titan, and before that, Full Metal Alchemist. But other than
That's
that,
a big gap.
that's the thing. Like, most of the time, I either read the manga or watch the anime. Rarely I do both.
Mhm.
Rarely.
Yeah,
So that's when this is fun. It's just fun to follow.
it really is. It really is. And like I said, it has something for everything. If you're an anime fan, you're gonna like it. If you're more of an American style superhero comic book fan, you're gonna like it. If you like character development, you're gonna like it. If you like beautiful art, it's just the characters. You recognize everybody super fast, super quick because everybody is distinct because the art is so well done.
Mm-hmm. And also, just the characterization of each character is really well done.
Mm-hmm.
And you're also constantly reminded that they're just kids.
They're just kids.
That's
Yeah.
that's the beauty of it. It's like, hey, you guys signed up to be superheroes. You guys signed up to be heroes or potentially villains.
Mm.
This is high school. I keep forgetting that they're in high school. Like they just started high school. I keep thinking this is college because of the way it's set up, the way
Right.
it's structured, the way the building is, how like advanced everything is, how like all these students have access to certain things pertaining to their career path, and it's just like I keep forgetting that, and then you have certain situations where you're reminded that they are kids. The way they act, the humor is so
Yes, the
much
humor
fun.
is on point.
Oh
Yes,
my
the humor is
god,
fantastic.
it's just so much fun, and I love Deku because I just love how pure hearted he is. You know, he
Mm-hmm.
just wants to be a hero so he can, yeah, be somebody people can look up to, of course, but somebody who can actually help people. He's not really out for so much of the glory, which it's a part of it, of course.
Yes.
Anybody does. And at least they're honest about that. But he's also that character who in the middle of danger, if somebody needs help, he would just run opposite of the running crowd. He will go into danger without even thinking. Without his quirk. That's the interesting thing about it. He started off without a quirk and he still did heroic stuff, even though it nearly got him killed multiple times.
Yeah, this feels like a. It's weird to say this sentence, and I could be wrong, but
Mm,
I'm going to say it anyway. It
mm.
feels like a more realistic version of the X Men.
I was just thinking that when I first saw it. Okay, thank you for saying that.
Yeah,
I thought I was the only one who thought that too. I'm just like, it's literally like a reverse X Men kind of thing.
yeah. Like with the X Men, you're like, okay, the kids go out and fight danger. In real, it'll be like older people with powers, like, no, you stay here and train. We'll go fight the danger.
Mm-hmm.
And like, it's a big part of the story is no, you are children. You don't do this. Like this is not. No, you're not ready. And they
Exactly.
hit it. And they hit it home. Like in the X Men, like, no, we're kids. We're still gonna go out here and fight Magneto, who can kill the world. Wait, what?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, and it's cool because again, I'm a big X Men fan. But in here, they're like, no, that's dangerous. The children should not be doing this. The adults with power should be doing this.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Especially, I'm not even gonna spoil it, but there is a moment where that happens. There is a like whole two
Whole
episode.
story arc. It's a whole
Yes.
story arc.
Yeah, it's a whole story arc, and it's just a prime example of what the show is about. And also with the whole quirk thing, how like 80% of the world, or is it 60%? I don't remember.
No, it's
Everybody,
higher. I think it's close to 90 or something.
is it like, yeah,
I believe so.
yeah, like about 90% of the world are full of full of people with quirks, and then you have those who don't have them and are just kind of considered outcasts in a way,
Yeah.
and it's
Is that
so
reverse of
weird.
X Men? Yeah. It's
Exactly.
so yeah.
It's just really weird to see that. At the same time, it's just interesting because again, you see Deku, who didn't have a quirk, and other kids found out, and just kind of, he's the weird one, and it's kind of sad. It's very sad, actually. So it's just really, really,
Like I said,
really cool and interesting.
yeah, there's an emotional connection with everybody's story, from the main character to low level side characters. You only see like once every 8 episodes, but
Yes.
there's a connection because they have a background story. It's like, no, this is their thing. This is why they do this. Here you go.
Mm-hmm.
And like, it's again, just a well done series. And if you're one of those people that don't really want to sit down and watch anime, you do kind of prefer the manga. The manga is great. It's almost beat for beat, but they just throw just more even extra background stuff that makes you even enjoy the characters more. You can find My Hero Academia right now. It's in the middle of 3 on Verve.
Crunchyroll too.
And Crunchyroll. Yes, I couldn't remember. I couldn't say Crunchyroll. And Crunchyroll. So if you want to discuss this, because we'll be doing a full episode review of season 3 soon for My Hero Academia. If you want to join with us, please watch it on Verve or Crunchyroll. We can't wait to hear how you guys feel about it.
Sweet.
So P, I heard you've been reading a lot of books lately on Afrofuturism. Tell us about them.
Okay, so I got like 2 books down right now. One is called The Children of Blood and Bone, and it is literally like, it's straight up a really interesting. It's a series. It's a 2-book series, I believe. So it's basically about, it's like a, what is it, a West African inspired fantasy book. And it's pretty much about like a land that is brimming with magic. Forgive me, like these stories, like they're so heavy. It's like I gotta sort out my thoughts when it comes to these stories. But it's like a
Mm-hmm.
story brimming with, like a land brimming with magic, and you have like a king, like a ruler who ordered like a whole group of people who maintain these lands to be killed. You know, and it's like kind of chaotic, but at the same time, it's literally about a story about uh, a young woman who uses, what is it, like her heritage, her understanding of magic to go against the monarchy that's hell bent on just ruining their land and ruining all that they've worked hard for. And it's just, it's interesting. It's really really interesting. And if it's the kind of story that, if you know about An Ember in the Ashes, I've spoken about this before, and it kind of runs along the same lines, but it's like a West African story, and it's something different. It's not the same kind of fantasy story of court tension, court drama, or treason and all that stuff, but it's uniquely African, and that's what's so fun about these stories. And it's a young adult book, so it's easy for, and any, I believe, kids 13 and up can read. So, if you got any relatives around that age, encourage them to read more of these books, because Lord knows I needed more of these books as a kid myself. And the second book is called Who Fears Death. Cannot pronounce the name of the author. You can yell at me for that. I will put both authors in the description, both books and authors in the description. But this one is a little bit more heavy. Kids under 18, I don't recommend them reading this unless they can handle the really heavy topics, such as there will be rape, there will be political issues, there will be a lot of, misogyny. And it's literally about a woman born from hate, from a rape, actually. She's like a child of a rape. And she comes out a very, very angry young woman, but very powerful too. She holds like magic properties again. Basically, she can pretty much take over her country if she wants to. And it's like a post-apocalyptic Africa. They don't really say specifically what country, but she's actually like the product of like this genocide of like tribal
Tribal
rivalry.
warfare.
Yeah, tribal
Yeah.
warfare. And of course, her tribe was the victim of this eradication, and her father was basically the leader of this tribe that wanted to eradicate her tribe. So there's a lot that goes into this, and again, it's very heavy, and it's just one of those stories where, again, no matter what age you are, you'll come out a very changed person because of the themes it talks about and because of just how human the characters are. And also, the show, it's going to be a show on HBO, um, produced by George R. R. Martin. So that would
See,
definitely be something. But
while you were talking about it, I was getting like this sounds like a perfect replacement for Game of Thrones, and you got magic, political
uh
intrigue,
huh.
clan warfare.
Yep.
That's Game of Thrones,
I was
and
just thinking about that too.
HBO definitely needs another one.
Yes, definitely. I can't. I don't even know where I am with Game of Thrones. I'm not going to say anything about it. But this sounds like a great replacement for those who may not be happy with Game of Thrones. So again, it's
Well,
really heavy.
mostly not happy with the show. People are happy with the books when they actually come out. I really don't know people that are unhappy if they do both.
Mm.
So it's like, If you only pick one side, then you might be unhappy. But if you read the books and watch the show, you're pretty okay right now.
Okay. I guess if that's what moves y'all, then okay, cool. But keep an eye out. I'm not exactly sure when the show itself will be, put down, when they'll put down a trailer, but that's definitely something to keep an eye out for. And I think that's about it for now. But I'm definitely
And
keeping
that's
an eye
I'm
out.
sorry, no, that's remarkable because that right there, those two stories, even with kind of the same similar plots,
Hmm.
cover two large swaths of genre. You have a young adult, more kid friendly, super adventurous, but then you have a more adult oriented, which still is super adventurous, but political intrigue, real life situations, rape, genocide. It's like those are the things that we have in Afrofuturism that we need to put out more and promote more and definitely get behind more because we can take these books and these properties and transfer them into multimedia events.
Exactly.
And it astonishes me, like I said, like just those two books alone cover so much. And there's so much more out there. Like before I got into learning more about Afrofuturism, I would have never wouldn't heard about any of it.
And that's why I appreciate personally the just the age range that some of these books cover. Again, I didn't really have much access to these type of stories as a kid myself, even though, interestingly enough, Afrofuturism has been around for quite a long time, for 2 decades minimum. Minimum.
Mm-hmm.
Minimum. There's like I stumbled upon like this whole list of like Afrofuturistic movies, music videos that's been around over the span of 20 some odd years, and it's pretty extensive too. So it's like I want to say it's like a niche, but it isn't. It's just
Right.
somehow trying to find this sort of storytelling with characters and people who look different than your average pale skin, blonde hair, fair haired, or whatever fantasy, sci fi hero or cast or ragtag crew of characters. You know, however great those stories are, sometimes you just want to see them from a different perspective, and you don't get a lot of that
Mm-hmm.
up until recent with Black Panther.
Mm-hmm.
But still, it's been going on, God, for at least 20 years. So it's
And don't
important.
worry,
Mm,
we are going to dig into that list. That list is nothing but content for our podcast.
yep,
We're gonna definitely get into more of those things to bring to light some of the stuff that Paulina is talking about, the stuff that's been around and we just don't hear a lot about.
of course. So it's now's a good time as any. But stay tuned for those. You'll definitely hear quite an earful, especially for me. I love movies and books. All right. So what else is on the menu, my friend?
I mean, literally, like that topic, like talking about the books,
Hmm.
leads perfectly into the next topic because taking the things that we own, and turn them into big business or just multimedia events so more people can get to them is literally what Disney does. Disney takes old folk tales. This is what Disney was built on. Old folk tales that have been around for 100 years, took them, reimagined them, and turned them into a multi-billion-dollar empire. And their empire just expanded because Disney just bought a Fox.
Mm.
72.6, no, $72.3 billion. They just bought 20th Century Fox movie studios and all the properties attached to it. TV, no sports, but TV, movies, everything.
Oh my goodness.
And when I first heard it, first I was a little mad because I don't have my. Then second, I was kind of scared. It's like, okay, that's just one less place for people to sell their stuff to. But then thirdly, I'm like, wait a minute. This is a blueprint. Yes, this might be considered a monopoly by some. Some people might think it's great because you get the X-Men back with the MCU, whatever, cool. But it's a blueprint for black creators. Hold on to your properties. Hold on to your intellectual properties. You never know what they could turn into, especially in a day and age when you see all these studios consolidating, starting their own streaming services where they don't want to, you got to pay $20 a month just to get one show that you might like instead of getting it on, YouTube or something. Hold on to your properties to create something. You can build off of your property, build off of your idea, and keep expanding, keep working on it to build a multi-million-dollar empire. Because Disney, seeing their success, because Disney does nothing but billion-dollar franchises. Literally, when I was doing some research and literally found out that Disney just does acquisitions. They bought Pixar. Pixar now makes billion-dollar movies. They bought Marvel. Marvel was a publishing company that was doing big on the comic book side, but compared to other publishers, they weren't big time, and they just weren't making that money. Comic books weren't as popular as they used to be. They bought Marvel, billion-dollar movies. Turn around, something that was already making money hand over fist. Disney turned around and said, "You know what? We're going to give you $4 billion. We would like to own you." They bought Lucas Films, not just Star Wars. Lucas Films. So they mean they own all the creative ideas that George Lucas put under that property. $4 billion, made that stuff back in the first 2 years. Made that $4 billion back in 2 years. And it goes on and on and on because they're just things that Disney owns now in the Fox deal and things they even owned before the Fox deal that we don't know what they can do. They can turn around and make $1 billion off of. And it's all intellectual property. And like at first, like I said, I was a little concerned, like, okay, now where can our creators go to sell their stuff? There's just one less studio because sometimes we know Disney's PG-13. Some of the stuff we write, it's not PG-13. It has real issues that need to be dealt with. You can't be dealing with PG-13. But then, like I said, I went to the next step. Like, how much better would it be if we just controlled it all? If you could have somebody that has a PG-13 property, but then a more rated R, something that even may be a little more rated R, something in between, something that's even lower as a G, and build around that. And I think that's one of the inspirations for us doing this podcast, so we can put this stuff out there to help authors and writers and producers and actors take what they have, take what they control, and build something that's long lasting because Disney ain't going nowhere. Disney, no matter what they do, even if they don't use R-rated property they just bought from, if they just sit on there and just sell merchandise, they're gonna make their money back.
And they usually do.
And they usually do.
They always do.
And I think this is a good example of us. If we promote our stuff, if we keep hold of our stuff and just keep at it, then we can do big things with Afrofuturism.
That's actually, yeah.
I'm off my soapbox now.
No, you're good. That's. I mean, it's an excellent way to really bring up the Afrofuturism because, like I said, it's starting to really hit mainstream more. Like it's starting to reach a much wider audience. I don't want to say specifically because of Black Panther, but it's because of Black Panther. Like I said, it's always been there. But with this merger now, with Disney buying out Fox, you see the potential. I mean, we don't know exactly what is going to come out from it. I'm pretty sure that there will still be some people left unsatisfied, but that's kind of sometimes how the business goes. You know, especially in terms of representation, that is a huge thing right now. I don't want to say right now; it's always been a thing, always. But especially now, you know, in terms of racial identity and other forms of identity as well. You know, you have people screaming for, you know, LGBTQ rep, racial rep, all of that. So I'm really interested to see how that will come into play with this buyout with Afrofuturism and how pretty much Black people are portrayed on the screen as a whole. That's what I'm looking forward to most and contributing to that.
And I think we've already seen it, like you just said with the success of Black Panther. But don't forget, Marvel's diversifying the comic book side. Most of those characters are big. Then you turn around, Disney has finally announced an African princess.
Hold on 1 second. Can you please repeat that?
Which part?
You start from the beginning again. Not only rep, but what? Because you were kind of going in and out.
We've already seen that with Black Panther, the success of Coco. Disney has actually announced an African princess. I believe she's going to be West African. They haven't given her a name, but they're already starting to be like, hey, we control so much of this. We have the machine behind it. Let's do it. And I honestly think that that's just should be an example of us not going to Disney and say, hey, Disney, buy my stuff. No, we keep our stuff and turn it into $1 billion property on our own. Form a company around your idea. And use that company and that idea to just make more and expand. Because like I said, I don't have no beef with Disney. I love the work they're doing. But unfortunately, a lot of the stuff behind the scenes, behind the camera, it's not us. You get that with, a Coco. You get it with a Black Panther. But look, again, that's just new. That's literally this past, year and a half?
Yep. Yeah.
Like, we can do more ourselves. They're just a good example to follow. But I'm super looking forward to, because I believe she is officially going to be a Disney princess. She's going to be a part of the Disney princess line, and she is a West African princess. I can't wait. But the fact is, we already have books and properties based off this stuff already. We don't have to wait for Disney.
We really don't. We just gotta.
Which again brings me to my next thing.
What?
That is what we're gonna look forward to in the podcast. We're gonna get more into those books, get more into those properties, talk about how we feel about it. Talk about some of the stuff that me and Pauline are working on ourselves. Like I said, we don't dislike Disney. We love Disney. We don't dislike other animation studios. We need a Black animation studio.
We really do.
We need Black comic book publishers. We have them. We need more. We need to get together and build stronger publishing companies. And I think we can do that. I really do.
Just gotta put our heads together. That's the thing. It's like, sometimes it's like herding cats. But it's not impossible.
But that's the thing. And I think this podcast and like-minded people, that's the beginning. Like, that's the beginning. And we, like I said, I know I repeat myself, but I think that's what I want to do with the podcast. We want to shine more light on it.
And share more.
So kudos to Disney and Fox. Congratulations. I wish I had $72 billion. But you know what? We can get $72 billion and more. They're just a good example of how to do it.
There you go. There's the blueprint, and we just got to get working on it. Have the right tools and the right architects. That's basic.
Right. I don't think. Well, I don't know if there's anything else you would like to cover today. Like, I know you've been taking in content. I've been super light on content these last couple of weeks. Just enjoying the stuff. Like I said, re-enjoying stuff right here.
Yeah.
Not much new stuff to talk about this week.
No, not much. Things have been a bit calm, but there's apparently new content coming out, or new seasons of shows coming out very soon. For those of you who follow Voltron, just to let you know, the new season 7, comes out next Friday. 13 episodes. So if y'all got the entire weekend, binge it. Let us know what you think. Let everybody know what you think, or nobody. That's your choice. But that's coming up. What else is coming out? Really soon. Do you know?
Like I said, I've been super light on content and release dates. So I've just been chilling with old, comfortable friends.
Okay.
I haven't been looking at any other new stuff on the horizon.
Oh, okay, that's cool. Also, I know that Avengers, the Avengers movie just came out on DVD, Blu-ray this week.
Blu-ray, yeah.
This week or today? I don't remember. Sometime this
week.
Yeah, sometime this week. So, also, so you have that. So just let us know if there's anything of interest you guys would like to talk about. I know that I've gotten into some old stuff. I don't want to say old stuff, but I've kind of gotten back to my roots in terms of comics. I plowed through an issue of Black Panther this afternoon, and I actually got 3 books on like the Ultimate X-Men collection, and I haven't read that since I was a kid, so I'm about to go crazy on that. And I think next on my list is Spider-Man, because you cannot go wrong with Spider-Man. I just love him. But yeah, that's pretty much our our content for the day, for the evening, for the morning, for the afternoon, or wherever you guys are. Thank you for listening to us, for hearing us ramble about what we're passionate about. You listening tells us that you're passionate about this too. So,
Yeah, so follow us on all our social medias, and we're expanding into some new areas coming soon. We'll let you know. And you guys, enjoy yourselves. Enjoy your books, your comics, your anime. Enjoy it all. We'll see you next time. Bye bye.
bye. Thank you so much.